Okay, so today we're doing a beer can chicken on the Pit Boss KC Combo Grill, newly acquired for the Bertram family here. So we've got our chicken over here. We've got our beer can stand, which helps it stand up in the grill. Got a little placement here where we're gonna prepare the chicken. We're gonna put pernicious. I've already put the barbecue sauce into the pernicious. The good news is you're getting to drink the pernicious or whatever beer you use halfway down before you use it. It's important that you take it at least halfway down, otherwise it will boil over in the process. But I've already consumed half of the pernicious, put the barbecue sauce into the pernicious, so the can's ready to go. So I'm gonna place that right there. Now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna take a little bit of olive oil and then the seasoning of my choice, whatever seasoning you want is fine. I'm gonna bring the chicken over. We'll take it out. It's already been strained and washed, rinsed and dried. I'm gonna take some olive oil and just liberally apply some olive oil to all the pieces and the parts here to make sure that it's covered. This will keep it moist during the process. Notice I'm only using one hand. Some people use gloves. I don't. I'm just kind of covering it, making sure it's covered with the oil so it will stay moist during the process. The beer can chicken is not a long process like some of the other meats, like the pork ribs or the beef ribs. Those take a whole lot longer. Those take up to 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, depending upon. The chicken cooks pretty quickly, so you just want to moisten it one time real good, then use the seasoning of your choice and just cover it liberally all the way around. Make sure you get it all over. Pick it up, get some down on the inside as well. That's all you want to do. Once again, the seasoning is seasoning of your choice. You can use whatever you want. I happen to use the Rib Rack chicken spice rub. In this scenario, I've got so many. My wife is the first person to point that out, that I have way too many spices in the cabinet. But you want to make sure it's done. Pat it liberally. Put a little bit more on if you need, on either side. You can always apply more seasoning to it during the process. And we're simply going to take it, put it onto the can, just like that. Then we'll take the wings and put it behind the head like that. Put it in a pose. And that, in 15 minutes, after it rests at room temperature for 15 minutes, will be ready to go onto the grill. Okay, so here we are. We're ready to put it on. The Pit Boss KC Combo Platinum is preheated to 250. I've got the probes that come with the KC Platinum put in. I've got one stuck down directly through the breast, where the bottom of the probe is close to the dark meat, which is where you want the probe to be because you want to cook it to the appropriate temperature for the dark meat. I also have this other probe stuck through the breast meat into the other leg over there. Once again, we want to check the temperature of the dark meat, not the white meat. The dark meat is what we need to get the temperature. The white meat will always follow. So we're going to make sure that the dark meat is cooked. We want to get the dark meat to 165. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to sit it onto the grill here. Pick it right up, sit it right on there. You can hear it sizzling already. If you come around here, you can look and you can see I like a little bit more smoke than the pellet grill gives on its own. So I bought this amazing tube, which you put pellets in and you light, as I've already shown you. And you can see the smoke that is providing to, in addition to what the hopper is providing. So we are good to go. We're gonna let this sit for about an hour. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna refresh it with some apple juice with a sprayer. and we're gonna let it cook at 250 for about an hour and keep it moist, and we'll check in there on it then. So we're keeping an eye on the Pit Boss KC Combo as we cook the beer can chicken. As you can see, it's keeping a temperature at about 256. It varies 5 to 7 degrees. It is a thermostat, of course, and the temperature outside, the ambient temperature, impacts what temperature the grill keeps. You can see our probes are at 86 and 78. So we're able to follow it from inside with the Bluetooth app for the Pit Boss KC Combo, which is a really, really nice feature. You can see since we've been on, it's varied from a 257 to 253, but it gives you a nice idea of what's happening with the temperature of the grill, and the grill's pretty steady within a 5 to 7 degree variation. So it's a nice feature, and something I would definitely recommend if you're in the market for a grill. So we'll check in on it in about 30 minutes to spray it, spray the actual chicken, and keep it moist as we discussed earlier. So as you can see, we're at 250. KC Combo holding steady. Probe 1, 101. Probe 2, 93. It's not unusual to get differing temperatures between the probes, but at least you've got two, and you can see exactly where you are with both. We're gonna open it up. It's been an hour now. We're gonna go ahead and take some apple juice and just moisten it. We're gonna leave it the temperature at 250. We're gonna moisten it all the way around just to keep the skin nice and moist. As we know, it's staying moist within because of the beer and barbecue sauce in the beer can. As you can see, the Amazing Tube is continuing to provide additional smoke as we desire. So we'll check back in on it in a little bit, and we'll see you then. So we've been at 250 for an hour and a half now. As you can see, it's been slow cooking. 116 probe 1, 107, 108 on probe 2. Holding steady at 250. Now after 90 minutes at 250, we're gonna turn the combo up to 350. And what this is going to do is it's going to accelerate the cooking, and it's going to get a little bit of crisp to the skin. So I'm going to open it up, and we'll spray it one more time. As you can see, the Amazing Tube is still providing its value with the smoke that's coming off in addition to what's coming out of the hopper. And this is the last spray. One more spray, the apple juice. And then in about 30 to 40 minutes from now, we'll come back, we'll check it. Should be very, very close to temperature. So welcome back. It's been on 350 for 45 minutes. Now that's more than 30 minutes like we talked about earlier, but this is a larger chicken. This is a 7-pound chicken. So obviously the size of the chicken really changes things. But you can see we're at 350, 355, the 5 to 7 degree variation we talked about earlier. We're at 168 on one probe and 149 on another probe. Now remember, these probes are built into the grill. So they are, somewhat spotty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it up. I'm gonna lay that down, and we're gonna spot check it. We're gonna spot check everything. So we're gonna check that breast. You see, right there, up there on the top of that breast is still only 142, 140. This is, like I said, this is a large chicken, as you can tell. But over on that side, it's 166. So what that means is, I'm gonna turn this chicken around so that the other side gets a little bit more heat than it's gotten so far. And let's check the back side here. See, that's already 168, 175. Up here, 171. So I found that one spot that was not totally hot, but the rest of that chicken is hot, which means it can continue to permeate and cook throughout. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna turn the grill off. I'm gonna let it sit and rest for about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm gonna leave the probes in and just see what happens with the probes. And I think when we come back out in 15 minutes, we're gonna find this chicken is perfectly ready, very moist and very ready to be eaten. See you then. So we brought the chicken in off of the KC combo. It's resting now. You may even be able to see some of the smoke coming out. I've still got it on the stand. I'm gonna let it sit on the stand and rest for about 10 more minutes. It's already been resting for about 5. Then we're gonna take it off. We're gonna take that, move it over to the other platter, and then we'll carve it up and we'll show you what it looks like. See you soon. So here we are, the finished product. As you can see, this is what it was cooked on. You see the ending result there. You can still see steam coming out of the, out of the chicken 15 minutes later because of the openness. But we're gonna cut it and just let's see what kind of moistness and goodness we got here. Oh yeah, look at that. You squeeze that, look at that. Look at the moisture that, just the moisture that comes out of that when you squeeze it. Look at that. It's absolutely what we wanted to see. So thank you for watching. Tune in for my next.